I think my neighbor is having a friend over. If so, I'ma be upset. Hello, my name is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. Please make yourself comfy because we have a lot to talk about. If you're new to my channel, my name is Lindsay. I make videos about pop culture with an emphasis in theater, and normally I talk about theater in like a loving/roasting way, and it isn't usually to speculate the most critical time of the Broadway season during a global pandemic. Be sure to subscribe to me if that is your thing, and hit the notification bell too. Let's not beat around the bush here. The past couple weeks have been it's been a lot. My routine hasn't really changed that much because I already work from home, I don't go out that often, and the only time I go out is to go get cash or gas or Starbucks, the essentials. But for those working in the theater industry, it's like you decided to give up social media for Lent, or you decided the other day, you know what, I'm gonna make a Twitter account. I feel like now's the right time. All of Broadway is shut down through April 12th because of COVID-19. It attempts to flatten the curve and decrease the number of new cases every day. Right now in the industry, there are a lot of dates and shows that are still up in the air. No one has any idea when the shows are coming back, if it's April 12th, if it's sooner, if it's later, or if shows will even officially open or even start previews or just even come back in general. But in my mind, the biggest question that I have right now is, what's happening to the Tony Awards? Which, when you look at the entire world and the crisis that's happening at the moment, seems incredibly self-centered and selfish and all the above. And it sounds not really that important, but to be honest, it's on my mind a lot. And if I sound like a bad person because of that, congrats, welcome to the club. I was born that way. With Broadway shut down until April 12th, this takes out a huge chunk of time for shows to open and then get panned unfairly by like a white, old, male critic, but then get the recognition that they deserve at the Tony Awards. I've seen some people speculating this, some saying that the awards should get outright canceled. Man, cancel culture is a beast. As of right now, could the Tony Awards be canceled? Maybe. Don't freak out. The worst that could happen is the entire ceremony is canceled, so instead what they would do, the ceremony would be replaced by 2 press conferences. One announcing the nominees, where Gail King will probably butcher the name Jagged Little Pill for some reason, and then another one to announce the winners like a month-ish later. While we would still get to have a Tony Award season, kind of, a large, part of the excitement of the Tony Awards, like the actual ceremony, are the performances and the speeches from people, like by shows, by people who have been working so hard for this moment for years, not just during this season but for years, and all that excitement would get taken away. So here's my take. Here's what I think they should do, and it sounds very naive of me to say, but I think maybe they could push it back, like postpone it to like the fall or like to July or August or something. I don't know. I don't know if that sounds unreasonable or if that sounds impossible. Like, I don't know if somebody's gonna watch this video and then be like, oh, you silly you know nothing about the Tony Awards. You did not get a degree in award ceremony planning. Ha 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 ha. There, little one. I just feel like if something as enormous as like, I don't know, let's say the Olympics. If the Olympics can get postponed, I feel like the Tony Awards can as well. So if the awards do get pushed back, here are a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, scheduling. So the awards need like a week and a half to load in set pieces, rehearse, do the actual thing, and then load out. And by looking at the Radio City Music Hall calendar right now, the summer is booked with hecka concerts and tours, which I was annoyed by originally, but then I saw like John Legend, Alicia Keys, Lindsay Sterling, people like that, and I was like, I'll allow it. I love all those people. And unless 1 or 2 of those events get canceled, or Radio City just like calls them up and is like, yo, hey, can you scooch a little bit? Then the awards would be held in, checks my notes, early September. Wow. But like, honestly, I'm way okay with that. Like, as long as we get to have it this year. Because originally, the originally scheduled date was June 7th. My birthday is on June 6th, so I was planning to like hang out with friends and watch the Tony Awards as like my birthday party. But like, I'm totally willing for the Tony Awards to get pushed back, and I can do that birthday party another time. It's fine, as long as we get to have it. And with shows like Flying Over Sunset announcing that they are going to push back the run to the fall, it might make more sense for the Tony Awards to be pushed back to like September, even October. Something else to keep in mind is location. If Radio City Music Hall is not able to push back the Tony Awards, maybe it could go back to the Beacon. For those of you not familiar, the Tony Awards have been held at the Beacon Theater in New York a few times, specifically the years where like Book of Mormon and Hamilton thrived. So I mean, if the Tony Awards were just kind of like speed up, like, you know, putting in sets and putting in the lights and rehearsing, then they might be able to pull that off. And they can maybe do it sometime in August. And with both of those things in mind, we have to also consider the eligibility cutoff date. So for this year's Tony Awards, in order to be considered, shows would have to open by April 23rd. So let's say Broadway isn't coming back until April 13th. Like that, it's a Monday, and that's like when shows can, like the first day that when they could start their run again. So if Broadway isn't going to be back until April 13th, and the timeline for the award season doesn't change at all, that means 7 shows like Sing Street and Plaza Suite need to start previews and then open within a matter of like 10 days. Plus there were shows that were already in previews like Company and Mrs. Doubtfire. They would need to open. That also takes out a chunk of their previews because they had just started previews. I think they maybe had like 4 at the most, maybe 5 before this whole Broadway shutdown happened. So some shows would need to eliminate a number of previews, which are critical to fine-tuning stuff and just making sure that the show is in good shape before it's frozen and officially opens. And if the Tony Awards push back their cutoff date, what does that mean for shows that are opening in the summer? So that's stuff like the Michael Jackson musical that's coming in. Does that mean shows like that will be eligible? The show started previews in July and then opens in August. If the awards are set in September and the cutoff is like late July, I don't think the MJ show would qualify, but that is also something to consider when postponing an entire awards ceremony. So I think whatever happens to the Tony Awards this year, I think it will happen in a way that the people who have worked so hard this season will get the recognition that they deserve, because Broadway just in general has this optimistic, like, show must go on mentality, which is sometimes kind of annoying, and it's like almost like too sweet and optimistic, and it gives me a toothache. But cases like this, I love it. So I don't think the awards itself will get canceled. And then again, I think the industry will work hard to make sure that those who did work hard this season will get the recognition that they deserve, or at least they won't go down without a fight. So I don't think this year's Tony Awards will get canceled. If they are, or at least if the American Theater Wing tries to, then I know the people with influence in this industry will not go down without a cat fight. I will tell you that much. And that, my friends, is the sequel to The Prom, or that's what I think the sequel should be. It's just Dee Dee Allen like fighting for the Tony Award. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all are well. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're staying inside. People, I'm looking at you. Let me know your thoughts about this whole thing in the comments down below. I would love to hear about it. Please be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I make a brand new video. I make new videos every Wednesday. You can find me on my social media down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!